Welcome to the eLila takeoff tutorial. This first screen you see is the aircraft selection screen. The first column shows the aircraft registration. And the second column shows your model and type of engine. The second screen indicates the version and compilation number. License owner, dates for the license expiration, and the last update on performance and airport databases. eLila is divided into 6 modules. Performance is subdivided into takeoff and landing. Weight and balance, minimum equipment list and configuration deviation list, documents, checklist, and tools. Let's begin with takeoff. By default, the text box is displayed to search for an airport. You can also select the airport from the list. Simply select or click on the list to activate it. To return to search mode, click on the text box again. Once the airport is entered, the available runways are displayed. Select a runway, and then you will be automatically prompted through the next several screens to enter conditions. The temperature is entered. In this case, the unit is in Celsius. The wind is entered. In this example, we're using a direction and intensity. Pressure is entered. Runway surface condition. Flap setting. Air condition. Actual takeoff weight. Once you have completed entering all the conditions, you will then calculate by selecting the Calculate button. The output is divided into normal, or maximum thrust, and flex, or reduced thrust. First slide. This is the maximum takeoff weight, followed by the limitation. Flap setting, useful when the user has selected the optimum option. Flap retraction height. Gradient with one engine inoperative, and gradient with all engines at the second segment. Takeoff speeds, and final takeoff speed. There are 3 slides available. When you swipe left, you will display a summary with all the takeoff weights: field length limit, climb limit, obstacle limit weight followed by critical obstacle, tire limit, brake limit, minimum ground control speed. The third slide. Swipe left again to display takeoff distance, height and distance to the landing gear up. Here it's indicated how much of the total clearway was used. Flap retraction height and distance. In the bottom half of the split screen, you will find the reduced thrust section. First slide indicates the flex temperature, the N1 required at 46 degrees Celsius, flap setting, flap retraction height, takeoff speeds, and climb speed. Second slide. The Flex Method section displays the takeoff weight just like the Max Takeoff Thrust section. It also displays the gradients at the second segment. These are the limitations at reduced thrust with 46 degrees Celsius. These are the limitations with no reduced thrust at 21 degrees Celsius. The third slide indicates the heights and distances as in the Max Takeoff Thrust section. Let's return to the home screen. The summary of maximum certified takeoff weight and maximum takeoff weight limited by performance as shown. Maximum takeoff weight limited by performance corresponds to the maximum takeoff weight at the Flex Method section. This text shows the engine out procedure for the selected runway. If the label is green, it means there is a plate available. If it does not exist, the label is white. To view the plate, tap on the green text. Shown is Moscow Airport Domodedovo, runways 32 left and 32 right. To make the header appear, tap on the screen, then select Done to exit the plate. To modify the runway length due to a NOTAM, keep holding the runway label. The length to be shortened depends on whether the shortening occurs at the beginning of the runway or at the end of it. Once the runway modification is saved, a NOTAM alert appears. This alert will remain until it is cleared. If an intersection is available for a given runway, it needs to be activated from the takeoff preferences. To display the intersection, you must return to select the airport again. To see the detail of the selected runway, click on the runway label. The runway length is shown in length, clearway, stopway, and TORA, TOTA, and ASDAF formats. The slope, elevation, and the angle of entry to the runway are shown to correct the line-up distance. The obstacles are shown with their respective distances. Height and lateral offset. Here you can see that the critical obstacle of the Moscow example is number 7, which corresponds to this obstacle. All the distances in this example are meters, but can be changed to feet. The distances of the input and output data have now been changed. All the distances are now displayed in feet. It also changes the runway length modification window. Let's return to the home screen. We will review in detail the input parameters. To change the temperature unit, press on the temperature label. The flex temperature will also change unit. eLila validates the anti-ice setting depending on the temperature. Let's reduce the temperature. eLila also validates if air condition is set to off. Set air condition to off. Now anti-ice can be set to engine or engine and wing. eLila also validates if the proper configuration is changed. Anti-ice went back to the off position. The wind unit can be entered in knots or meters per second by tapping on the wind label. The entry format can also be a direct component. If negative, it denotes a tailwind. And positive indicates a headwind. Calm wind is entered as 0. The entry of the pressure can be in QFE or QNH. Any value entered less than 100 will be taken as inches of mercury, and a higher value will be millibars. Let's validate the maximum takeoff weight by selecting a hot day and a short runway. eLila validates that the maximum certified takeoff weight won't be exceeded. eLila also validates the maximum takeoff weight limited by performance won't be exceeded. Once you press OK, the actual takeoff weight will be replaced by the maximum takeoff weight. Therefore, there is no thrust reduction allowed in this case. eLila also allows you to calculate with different configurations and indicates if the changes deviate from the standard. Thank you for watching our eLila tutorial.